Somewhere.
Good morning. In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join the others from around the world, and you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind. Mankind. That word should have a new meaning for us all today. We can't be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests. Perhaps it's the fate that today is the 21st of April, and you'll once again be fighting for our freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, but from annihilation. We are fighting for our right to live, to exist. And should we win the day, 21st of April will no longer be known as an American holiday. Should have done an American accent. But it is the day the world declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We are going to live on. We are going to survive. Today, we celebrate episode 9 of But Suddenly, the show where 5 should know better take it in turns to write an episode of an ongoing saga and read it live, online, and blind. Enjoy the show. And blind, that's as in we've not seen it before, not blind like disabled, because that'd be rubbish.
That's beautiful.
Good job, mate. That was excellent.
Oh,
Fantastic. You did really well. That was excellent.
Performance I didn't realise you had in you, to be fair.
I had stage direction at every single point. I had somber, intense, emphatic, more emphatic, very emphatic, dramatic pause, and then cheery voice, then pause. I feel like I followed my stage direction.
You followed the pause. You did perfectly, yeah, 100%. That was a good pause. Well paused.
I am a seasoned pauser.
That was great. That was really, really funny. That was great. I really, really like that. It was well read as well, Luke. Good job. That was really, really good.
That's it.
Super fun.
My ego, I can feel it.
No more compliments for Luke. He's had enough.
And he's spent.
feel like a mind flayer.
I think you should
carry
that performance into the script. I think it's solid energy.
Yeah.
That worries me, Phil. as the GM of this evening,
you've got some small parts, but some sort of
some
variety
small parts. What am I to you? A beast.
No, you're you kind of got that variety to you. You can bring.
Oh yeah. I'm familiar with the variety spots. Burge is good in the variety spots.
That sounds sexual, and it was weird.
the V spot, the variety spot.
Moving on swiftly. This is a writing stream where everything has been explained already to you. We read scripts. That's the be-all and end-all of it. We write scripts. We started it in lockdown. We started to write each other scripts to make each other laugh, and then we decided to sort of like combine them all together to make one long saga, and it's become a stream that we stream to no one, but still thoroughly enjoy.
It's fun for us.
We got that one viewer once. Everyone remember that?
Yeah, times.
Did that comment?
Click it, opening it on the screen.
Don't sell ourselves short, Iolo. You've got to fake it till you make it. So it's just assume there's thousands watching.
Should we like address the fake fans? Should we go like, you guys really liked that last episode, so we've given you another one.
Yeah, there's no
You've got to address the fans that we're going to get. That's when they discover this.
True.
In retrospect.
I'll tell you what, the winning comment, I will send you a t-shirt. Suddenly t-shirt.
No. One of Luke's used
t-shirts. What he's wearing right now.
Tell you what,
stripes.
I've just done some exercise in this shirt, so
it's an official stream-worn t-shirt.
I'll sleep with it on tonight just for extra musk.
Yeah, I think our fans would like that.
I think that they're all about that, our fans.
Yeah, I think that's mostly.
So that's our old and established fans. But what about new fans that might be tuning in for the first time? Do we need some sort of recap?
Yeah,
I'm quite proud. This is the first time in a while we've had a 2-week turnaround, actually. So that's something.
That's right, Joe. Neg Luke. He's had too many compliments. Neg him.
We're busy boys. But yeah.
Luke, hit me with a sound effect.
I'm trying to just get ahead. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get ahead. I'm trying to get ahead.
The stream is organised.
To write the script, so any clunkiness or just trying to caveat.
No,
that.
it's a good turnaround, Phil. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah. It's kind of. I feel like that was part of the. This isn't the recap now, is it? I feel like that was part of the challenge, wasn't it? It was like a quick turnaround scripts. Like, it reminds me of those writing challenges that Burge has spoken about in the past, and you, Adam, where it's like, is it Writers' Month in November or something, where you just get stuff on a page essentially.
Yeah, get it writ, not right. That's what they
say. Yeah, exactly. That's what I aimed for.
It's one that quite
ironically, somebody spent a long time writing that caption.
Yeah. He's like ripping up paper going, no!
Yeah.
Not pithy enough.
Down, not in time. No, damn it. So yeah, recap. So where are we then? Anyone care to?
Oh my god! This recap bit is like I've given up on it so much. 5 heroes originally. Now, we still have 5 heroes, but we had a different 5 heroes in the last episode. They've been traveling through time to get Phil back, and he's back. They've been traveling through time because a evil guy called the Debonair had discovered the secret of time travel and was laying havoc on all universes. And now we have a deviant timeline, which has managed to sort of deviate from the normal timeline of Debonair being all powerful, whatever. And we are following that, as well as the 5 from an original timeline.
The deviant timeline, as established, is now hopping through time.
Yes.
So they've been to feudal Japan, went to visit the Queen in Buckingham Palace, and I think we left them now where they're with Robo Thatcher, whoever that is, because Robo Thatcher seems to be, according to the last script, controlling a certain couple of centuries of time in the name of the Debonair. I think that was my interpretation of it.
Yeah.
So sure. So you got the deviant timeline who are kind of in cahoots with Dr. L, who's got his facility where it all started, but they're hopping through time, and then you've got the Debonair, which is seemingly control center for the supervillain. And they have
we Deba too much last episode. There was a Deba Nigel. There was a Deba something. It was Deba too much.
Deba Niles.
Deba Nigel, Deba Niles.
Luke, this will get us banned from Switch.
Luke,
there's a terms of service.
I think you used to be in a jacuzzi if we would do that.
What are you talking about?
You are filleting a
lolly. I'm just warm. It's really warm.
Before we start, we all need to know how deep Luke can go.
For that,
so
5 subs for Luke to suck a lolly.
Luke, how deep can you go?
Use your
please
prime
show
sub.
us.
Thanks for the prime sub. 30 guys.
Luke, deeper. Oh my god, Luke. Oh, what?
Surprised himself.
You were so close to the end there, mate. Go again. Right to the end. To the stake. Disgraceful.
Burge is a published author. What are you doing to it? Oh, Jesus.
What?
There wasn't a transition for this.
There's no lolly transition. Do we have a lolly break? What? I can't fathom a mind, right, that has been birthed and sort of developed normally through life for about, say, 36 years, I'm guessing Luke's age.
35.
That would then go, I'm in the middle of a stream. Oh, we have got someone in chat. Mossad 18. He's here for the lollipop.
Yeah.
We've made it. So Luke,
some sort of
keep doing
algorithm.
it. Get more lollipop.
Guys, this is what's going to make us famous.
I'm down.
Wait. Let's go back to this one.
Let's all get one.
If you get a chance, which country would you like to visit first? According to Mossad.
Normal human question.
Well, Mossad. I'm not so interested in visiting countries. I'd like to visit different times.
Yes.
I'd be interested in visiting the Wild West, or 80s Britain, say, or perhaps some sort of indeterminate time in the future where a Time Lord holds dominion over all of us. If any of those are options.
Funny you should mention that, Phil.
Have I got a package for you? What about you, Mossad? Where would you like to visit?
We're not chatting to Mossad, are we really? It's clearly a robot.
Fits in perfectly then, doesn't it?
It's very...
This is how we get more fans, is we put the fans we get down.
No, we now need to have our seasonal Mossad breaks. If he stays the whole way, we have to break character.
And answer his like benign questions.
Right, yeah, right.
What's your favourite food is what he's going to ask us next. We're like, wait, let's stop the stream. We need to address this question right now.
If you could have vouchers to any chain restaurant.
Improve your credit score by approximately 10 points.
Yeah.
Let's belittle all our
fans.
Shall we?
Could just be a nice guy.
What celebrity would you like to meet at Starbucks for a cup of coffee? Yes, now.
Standard question.
Yeah. Wait, I think he's real. Do robots emoji? I like that famous book. Do androids emoji?
I think that was a Next Generation episode, I think.
Should we crack on with the script? Mossad, I'd love it if you stuck around.
Patrick Stewart.
We're gonna read.
Let me write down do androids emoji, because that's going to be the title of my next episode.
Luke, just as an aside, how is your Patrick Stewart impression?
I've never tried one before.
Well, just keep it in the back of your mind there.
How familiar with you are you with the songs of Aladdin?
Right. Should we crack on then?
Yeah, let's crack on. Let's go it. Luke, give me a sound effect. Wait, do it again. Too late. No, Mossad says his questions are too weird. They're not weird at all, mate. They're not weird at all.
No, mate.
You ask the questions you want to ask. Don't let us belittle you.
Patrick Stewart answers the second question, and the Wild Wild West in the answer to the first question. We appreciate your support, and we'd love it if you stuck around for the script, which we're about to read.
And sub.
Supposed
to say that.
Smash that like button.
I think it's just a follow for now, isn't it? I don't think we can get subs.
Yeah, just give us a follow.
Xbox or PlayStation, choose one. That's PlayStation across the board.
Come on, Mossad.
Xbox 2005 to 2012, PlayStation 2013 to 2000.
Is the correct
22.
Yeah. 360 was like an exception. All right, script time.
Oh, it's me. I best get back in. Right, sorry, you have to bear with me a little bit because I've got a bit of a cold, so I might cough and splutter various bits, but I'll try my best. So, but suddenly, episode 9, The Debonair, a musical in time, written by me, Phil Roberts. Exterior, Debonair Plaza, indeterminate time. This is a quick continuation of Luke's script from last time, but we'll soon hop onto mine. And that pretty much brings us to right now. The Colonel spots the figure shifting behind them and whips out all 3 pistols, stops, then cocks his head.
Nathan.
The
Colonel runs to embrace the man, but suddenly the man emerges from the shadows and walks towards the Colonel.
Hey, hold up. I thought we left you on death duty.
Nathan throws his hands up.
Well, seeing as you pinch my keys, I have no idea what this guy sounds like. Well, seeing as you pinch my keys,
yeah.
I thought it may be better to tag along. Besides, I could smell cookies.
The Colonel steps in.
Son, what in the name of Blue Lucifer are you doing here?
I work here.
Work here? I didn't raise you to be a maggot servant to a time-traveling psychopath.
Father, I can explain. I was booted out of the academy and I had nowhere to run. You would have never forgiven me and...
Booted out of the academy?
Ted steps in, raising his hands to calm the two. Look, fellas, I wrote a book on daddy issues. I don't think this is the time.
Wait. Is he actually your son? He calls everyone that. My head's spinning.
Oh, is that your power? No wonder you didn't survive.
Zeke looks even more confused.
Listen, we can't get into it right now, amigos. We need to get you back to your time and keep things in motion.
forgot his voice. Indeed. So tell me,
bounce between me.
do I have a full grasp of my abilities in your time? I did truly struggle in the early days.
The Colonel straightens up and clears his throat, surveying the others.
Enough chit-chat, ladies. Nathan, I'll deal with you later. For now, we need to formulate a strategy. You say we can't just walk up and kill that prick. You say you want to stop him from learning how to control time, but those keys, they're how he and his minions get around? How are they powered?
They're powered by neodymium. I think there's a control room around here, which has a trilateral powered core.
Cool.
I climbed over your words, Philip.
No, that's good.
But a control room, you say? Oh, shit. That sounds like a ground zero. We shut that down, we take his legs away.
He turns to test subject T.
First of all, T, activate cloaking device and keep these clowns quiet.
Arduous and Skimp protest as the gangly arms of test subject T stuffs and gags each of their mouths. Say hello to my little friend. Test subject T then pulls the two back into her mouth and flickers out.
Wrote it for himself.
That's my way of parking test subject T and Arduous and Skimp for the remainder of the episode.
Good. Next, we find this core.
But what about L?
All we can do is trust he knows what the fuck he's doing. Nathan, do you know the layout to this establishment?
Nathan looks up.
Huh? Oh, yes. We have these handy tablets with a map app. The control room your friend is talking about is a 10-minute walk from here. There may be some security on the way, though. So just to be absolutely clear, no cookies?
Five and the Colonel stare at Nathan, aghast. Read out. Interior, Debonair Council Chamber, indeterminate time. We return to the Squabbling Council of Debonairs. They've relocated to a large chamber lined with ornate statues of the Debonair in various poses. One that looks like a thinker, one that looks like a general leading troops into battle in dress uniform, and one that strikes a Mr. Olympia pose, looking especially ripped and naked. Elsewhere in the room, there's a row of seats for the various entourages to congregate, and a large banquet table filled with a lavishly prepared feast. It is around this table that we find the seated members of the council.
Turning to Article 6 of my wonderfully prepared notes, I think it's truly imperative that we look to establish a more regular meeting of minds.
You've got to be kidding. There's a murmur of assent around the table.
Concurred wholeheartedly.
A delightful motion.
I hit that one!
Debonair number 4 smiles proudly at the agreement to his proposal. The monitor and the muscle shuffle awkwardly into the room as number 4 continues.
Marvellous. May I propose one per moon cycle, at the very least? And given my proclivity for administrative excellence, may I put it to the council that I be the one?
The Debonair cuts in. Just a moment there. It seems my cowering minions have something to share with us. The monitor and the muscle look a little taken aback at their invitation to talk. Come on then, we're out of it.
Apologies for interrupting, Your Holiness. It's just there's been a couple of developments that might need your attention.
Is that so?
Firstly, a minor security incident.
She gestures to the muscle, who looks a little confused.
Don't think there's no minors involved, but a set of your keys have pinged in the wrong place.
And, well, who was it? The muscle stares blankly.
We came straight to you.
You came straight. Just deal with it. You're head of security around here. Get to the bottom of it, you imbecile. And find my code men. The muscle scutters off. The Debonair turns to the monitor. You. I trust that there's a secondly.
Oh, yes. It appears they're ready for you in the auditorium.
Debonair actually looks quite content at this. Delightful. Debonair turns his attention back to the council table. I'm ever so sorry, chaps, but it seems our time here must come to an abrupt end. A pleasure as always, of course, but I suspect we shan't be seeing you for quite some time. He performs a subtle hand gesture, seemingly forcing the Council of Debonairs to instantly fizzle out of existence.
I don't Debon believe it.
What the fuck?
And they're all gone. Fade out. Cut to interior, Robothatch HQ at 10 Downing Street, Cabinet meeting room, night. We see Robothatch set at the head of the cabinet table, a roaring fire behind her and some robo-assistants on hand. Joining her at the table are key members of her cabinet, Robo Haig with his ludicrous baseball cap, Robo Cameron, plump face and pig-bodied, and Robo Bojo, with a floppy blonde mane, discussing how best to proceed.
Robo Mojo. Oh, that reminded me. Mojo Jojo.
How long did you chuckle to yourself when you came up with Robo
It kind
Bojo?
of just happened. I was writing it as shorthand as like Robo, rather than Robo Johnson originally. And it's like I just put Bojo. Like, wait, that might as well be his name.
Cracking that.
Robo Thatcher up.
We just had the small matter of what to do with the prisoners. It seems we're one short.
Well, taxes for the rich.
Piffle and Tosh, tell him there's 5 prisoners. Piffle.
We pull away from the cabinet meeting and head down the corridor where we find our would-be heroes in a holding cell with Orsted. There's a bench and a wooden table with a tiny window emanating light from the street. Clyde is sat in a corner, chewing tobacco and whittling something sharp.
You're just going to keep us here? What are they talking about in there?
Bounty Hunter Bot doesn't avert his gaze.
Thanks for the prompt.
Just a reminder of this.
Oh, I imagine they're deciding on the easiest way to dispose of you. If it were up to me, I'd just take you to the meat factory. But apparently there's protocol to be followed.
Well, sure. Don't want to be the ones to break protocol. Ramon sits on the bench. Ted circles the room whilst Ellie seems to be getting the measure of the door.
Step away from the door, human.
Oh, don't worry. I would never try anything in the presence of...
Ramon gestures to Ted as he walks by the bench.
Yo, Benjamin Bunn, over here.
Huh?
I was just thinking. I saw this thing in Star Trek once. You can scramble a robot's circuits with a paradox. Make him go loco.
Worth a try, I guess. Know any paradoxes?
Maybe. Follow my lead.
He gets up and walks towards the bounty hunter, who is calmly explaining to Ellie the consequences of trying the door.
Then, it would just be a simple matter of extracting your spinal cord.
Ellie shrugs and steps away from the door. Ramon winks at her.
That won't be necessary.
Solid interference. Yo,
Turns to the
Robocop,
bounty hunter.
I got something to tell you. Everything I tell you is true. Everything Teddy over here says is a lie.
Very well. Thank you.
I am lying.
Oh. Analyzing statement. Everything Ted says is a lie. Ted says he's lying. Therefore, Ted. Non-binary statement. Interlink. Contradiction. Error.
Smoke begins to emanate from the bounty hunter. His head begins to spin as the others step back. The spinning becomes rapid.
Error. Contradiction.
A roar. His head explodes into several pieces, narrowly missing the 3. One piece hurtles towards Clyde, who dodges it with the grace of a pseudo warrior.
I guess that cowboy's been to his last rodeo.
Beautiful. Straight back on it. Ramon gathers the 3 keys from the splayed out body of the bounty hunter.
Yoink!
Wait, someone's coming.
The cabinets clank their way down the hallway and burst through the door, led by the Robothatch.
What did you do to my Orphan Buster 3000 units?
We hit him with a paradox.
Kablam! Yo, everything I say is a lie.
Robothatch considers this.
Well, of course it is. You're foreign.
Paradox denied. Before a failed attempt, as the rest of the cabinets catch up with their leader by the door, they all produce batons and baseball bats from various internal compartments.
It's time for some good old-fashioned Tory social rebalancing.
They begin to close in, clasping the bats with their robo hands in union.
Haley Joel, got any bright ideas?
Maybe just one.
Ellie closes her eyes and places a hand to her temples. A silvery mist appears before her, and the shadowy form of Winston Churchill emerges by the cabinet.
I made a joke about Churchill before we started.
Ghost Churchill.
Yeah. Which one do you want?
Fits the formula.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Cabinets were beautiful. The cabinets bow down in reverence.
Oh, great leader. It's truly an honor.
Right. Oh, no.
Churchill continues his speech, seemingly disconnected from the gushing praise. Ramon begins to spin his keys and the portal begins to emerge.
And even if, which I do not for a moment believe, this island or a large part of it was subjugated and starving, then our empire beyond the seas.
Quick, whilst they're distracted.
Ramon, Clyde, Ellie and Ted all dash into the portal and it zips shut behind them, leaving the cabinets behind. Fade out. Interior, the Grand Auditorium, Debonair, indeterminate time. We see the vast auditorium of Debonair seemingly modelled on the Royal Albert Hall, but grander. There's diamond sconces and elaborate lighting. There's a cluster of shadowy figures in the audience and a couple of groups near the stage. Above the stage, a large banner hangs. It's adorned with a silhouette in a triumphant pose, presumably the Debonair. The banner reads, Debonair, the musical. Debonair is striding his way towards the stage. The monitors scampering behind. Debonair gets to the front row and clasps his hands. So, what do you have for me?
To the left, your playwrights, your eminence.
The monitor gestures towards one of the groups. There's William Shakespeare, Lin-Manuel Miranda, Arthur Miller, and Oscar Wilde all sat in the cluster by the stage. It's apparent that they are shackled to their seats.
They've been toiling away at a script for you, Your Holiness. We hope you'll be delighted with the results.
The Debonair offers a faint smile.
And on stage, we thought you'd like cast your eye over the selection of actors. We're looking to narrow down who shall play you.
The Debonair scoffs at this. This should be interesting. The actors step out from the stage right. There's 5 or 6 of them lining up to offer their auditions.
I'm so very clever. The master of all time, standing here before you.
Preposterous. Next. Hiddleston is hastily removed. Up next is Hugh Grant.
Yes, hello. I wanted to present you with a verse from the 4th song of this piece.
No, just fuck off, you bumbling prick. Next. A couple of the actors shuffle away from the stage, but 90s Pierce Brosnan steps forward, looking confident.
Fucking hell.
Come on, Bill, we lost you for a bit, mate.
Straight to check. Sorry, Adam.
I'm gonna go for like the way he sounds in Mamma Mia.
That's what I was hoping for. That's why I changed you.
Debbie, Debbie, Debonair. My name is Debbie, Debbie, Debonair.
The Debonair pulls out a pistol and shoots Brosnan squarely between the eyes. Insolent prick. Who on the earth is Debbie? Next, he turns to the monitor. Is this the best you have? Young Patrick Stewart steps up center stage and begins reciting Macbeth.
Is this a dagger with which I see before me the handle towards my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still.
In the corner, William Shakespeare winks to our familiar.
Yeah, one of mine.
Debonair looks nervous. Ugh, he's a maybe. He has the timbre, and the class is undeniable. But sort his hair out.
Of course, Your Eminence, and we'll source you some more options with great haste.
Debonair slumps back into his seat, despondent. Fade out. Interior, the halls of Debonair, indeterminate time. We find the Colonel, Deviant Seep, the Prime Five, and Nathan stealthily navigating through the grand corridors of Debonair. Nathan gestures for them to stay still as the sentry passes by the end of the hall. He nods when the coast is clear.
How much further, boy?
Oh, not much further.
Can't say I'm a fan of this skulking around. Proven we can handle ourselves in a scrap.
She raises her hands and knuckle dusters form around her fists.
Cool it, Michelle Tyson. No unnecessary combat. We get in, we shut down the core, we get out.
But he gets to the door marked control room, completely unscathed.
Security's pretty lax around here. Tell me again, how you guys got caught?
Ellie looks ready to retort, but the Colonel gestures for quiet as they slide to open the door. They enter, and miraculously the room is unguarded. They shut the door behind them before taking it all in. There's several monitors and strange contraptions. At the centre of it all is a large core emanating different coloured lights.
Sweet Jesus. This technology is beyond anything Lichtenberg ever concocted. I propose we blow the shit out of it.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Ellie gestures to a large trailing cable on the wall, connected to a huge generator alongside the wall.
Or, just a thought, we could try that power cable.
Well, shit, I'm with Ellie on this one. Aran is surveying the room and moves towards the power cable before he suddenly becomes alert.
Quiet! Someone's coming!
I sense it too. With my vision.
He produces a Polaroid from nothingness and hands it to the Colonel. The photo shows several armed guards surrounding the room from all entrances, led by the muscle.
Well, fuck. You couldn't have produced this 10 minutes ago.
I'm sorry. Okay? Everything's out of sync here.
The Colonel sighs before resignedly pulling out his trusty sidearm. Faith stands by his side, flexing up. Outside, the muscle stands by the door.
Who's in there? You're surrounded, so come out. Or stay in, but put your hands up. We're coming in.
The muscle is surrounded by robots.
Sorry, I need a 1 second break. I won't be a second.
Yeah, no worries. It's all good. Pause. Oh, the anticipation is killing me.
I know.
Sorry, yeah, I was kind of... I didn't realize...
Don't worry about it, Phil. Just Ghost of Churchill and singing Brosnan. Yeah, it's fine.
It's right in your wheelhouse, isn't it?
I don't think I didn't do Brosnan justice.
Oh, it was one bad.
I'm regretting it.
Well, he got killed, so Debonair wasn't impressed, so...
That's fine.
Super.
I mean, you got Brosnan, I got Patrick Stewart. How could I ever do that justice?
He did really well, but Stewart was good.
Oh, okay, surprising. I don't remember what he sounds like. I just envisioned Picard.
Actually, I think Burge as well deserves props for his subtle Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, that was
Tom Hiddleston
fantastic.
Captured the explicit prickness of Tom Hiddleston very well.
Yeah. I thought I'd say keep you away from Hiddleston because I know how much you loathe him, Adam.
He's mostly Jaw, I think, isn't he?
He is mainly John.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just
sorry.
don't do
pointy
impressions. Don't do impressions of De Niro. To De Niro.
Yeah.
Just a rule in life.
Hey, y'all, do you want to give us that once more from the top?
Yep. Who's in there? You're surrounded, so come out. Or stay in, but put your hands up. We're coming in.
The muscle is surrounded by robot companions of various sizes, maybe 10 or 12 of them. They're heavily armed and primed for combat.
It's him. The muscle. Guy's an imbecile, but carries a lot of clout around here for some inexplicable reason.
I heard that. I'm actually very explicable. You have until a count of 10. 1, 2.
The others look confused.
To do what? Sorry?
10.
He sets a charge on the door and steps back. It pops, and the door shrinks into nothingness. The robots pile into the room. Everybody now.
Stand down. You will be annihilated.
Sorry. I thought there might be some more variety in there, but we all went a similar route. Suffice to say, our heroes do not stand down. Instead, they spring into action before the robots/droids can fully set themselves. Aaron springs to the ceiling and shoots down an elaborate web onto several of the robots, rapidly binding them. Faith leaps in.
Save some for me.
She performs a baseball slide and her arm transforms into some sort of titanium rod. She uppercuts one of the robots in the groin with a punch so powerful it crumples to the ground. She springs back up, noticing that a couple of the robots are rounding on Ted. Ted seems to be distracting them, oscillating between young child and old man as he runs around the room. Can't catch me! Easy, Sonny. Faith catches them. This is a lot of Phil, isn't it? Faith catches them and pulls them together, one in each hand. She effortlessly crushes their heads together. The robot number's a thing, and the muscle looks a little uncertain.
Stand down. You're in trouble now.
Even as he speaks, Ellie has entered a trance-like state, and a silvery mist descends on the remaining robots.
The way is shut. It was made by those who are dead, and the dead keep it until the time comes. The way is shut.
Lord of the Rings reference. I love it.
Explicit. All of the robots are now immobilized. The Colonel and Ramon around on the muscle.
You like eggs, Pera?
The muscle looks confused.
What? Eggs?
The Colonel waves his hand dismissively.
Fuck the eggs. Where is he? Where is the Devon prick?
The muscle clings on to his last drops of defiance.
I ain't telling you nothing. He'll look after me. He always does in the end.
Colonel sighs.
So be it.
Colonel raises his pistol and shoots the muscle squarely between the eyes, unflinching.
Whoa. Brutal.
Can it? The core, now. My way.
He removes some charges from his pack and passes them to Ramon.
2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Then we all get out of here.
Ramon nods and places the charges, and step aside, and a loud explosion can be heard. Cleared out. Interior, Dr. L's facility, present day. We find Dr. L in his study, deep in thought, with his eyes closed and hands pressed to his temples. The portal opens on the opposite side. Leaving Ellie steps through gracefully alongside Clyde. Ramon and Ted bumble out after them and stumble to the ground.
Never getting used to that shit.
Ellie scoffs, but offers a hand to help him up. Clyde is doing the same for Ted, aiding him from the ground.
Friends. Truly a delight to be reacquainted.
Oh, I missed Dr. L.
I'm pleased to say I've been somewhat expecting you, and it seems our time together is about to meet quite the crescendo.
He looks to Clyde, who is scowling impatiently.
And who is this fine specimen of a man? If my calculations are correct, we have a disgruntled deserter in our ranks.
I've sworn vengeance in the name of Fumiko, and all that I've grown to love. Before the night is out, I will feast on the blood of that son of a bitch.
I understand your drive, although his mother was actually quite a reasonable lady.
Clyde grunts. The others look confused.
Wait, so this Debonair homie, you know him personally?
Indeed, Mr. Gonzalez, quite well. For you see, in another time and in another place, Colin was a student of mine. He was talented, but lazy. But this story can wait for another time. I trust you have a reasonable command of your keys at this point.
Dr. L suddenly glances at a timepiece. Wait, this badass Time Lord guy we're chasing is called Colin?
Quite so, but we digress. The keys, Mr. O'Shea. It is time.
Ramon looks up.
Oh, sure, that's on me.
He whips out his orange key.
Where we heading, Doc?
Dr. L smiles and takes the key, turning it into the air.
You mean, where am I heading? It is imperative that you all stay here and wait for my sign. Except for you.
He gestures to Clyde.
I would posit that our paths are somewhat aligned.
Dr. L's portal opens and he steps through with Clyde before it zips shut behind them, leaving the others looking somewhat perplexed. Fade out. Interior, the grand auditorium, Debonair, indeterminate time. We return to the auditorium from earlier. Debonair is slumped in his throne-like chair, looking a little disgruntled. The playwrights haven't moved from their shackles. There's a casting director on stage rating some of the lesser-known actors. In the distance, an explosion can be heard, although no one seems to register it in the moment. Towards the back of the theatre, Dr. L steps forward and begins slowly walking his way towards the stage. Nobody seems to register his presence as the casting director continues his tirade.
No. You need to understand. You're in the presence of greatness. We're portraying the greatest genius who has ever lived. A charismatic maestro, commander of men, an inventor of time travel.
Dr. L straddled up to the stage and applauds slowly.
Quite the story you're all putting together. But unfortunately, it's also quite the fabrication.
Debonair stands and marches towards L, looking furious. How did you get here? Debonair is wide-eyed, but L raises a hand to hush him.
We both know, young Colin, that this play of yours isn't a fair depiction of how events transpired. I would hate for these esteemed scribes to affix their name to something so patently false. You were always a reasonable student, Mr. Good, but it's fallacy to suggest your finest presentation was anything other than plagiarism.
Debonair sputters. Kill him! Kill him now! The auditorium lights up and we realise the majority of the audience is made up of security droids. Barrels protrude from some of their bodies and target L, but before they can, Clyde drops down from the rafters right on top of the Debonair. He pulls a sharpened blade from his cuff and holds it to the throat of the Debonair.
Remember me, you motherfucker?
The Debonair does a beautiful. The Debonair does a subtle gesture with his hand, but nothing happens. The keys have been deactivated.
Any last words?
Clyde holds the blade to the throat of the Debonair and is about to slice, when suddenly, and that's your luck.
Drama.
Good luck.
Din. Thank you very much, mate. That was excellent. That was
That's great.
absolutely
That was really
amazing. Look, give me a quick sound, mate. Quick sound.
Discuss it.
I was late on that one. That was really good, mate. That was really fun. That was an enjoyable experience.
Have you enjoyed it? Oh, still not.
It fit the adjective person from past like format. Ghost Churchill. We've had Lizard Queen, Robot Thatcher, Ghost Churchill.
Tom Hiddleston, 90s Brosnan.
Yeah, that was really fun. That was a stroke of genius to have him like make his own little play and have us audition to be the Debonair. That was brilliant.
Really good.
That was loads of fun. That was excellent.
Oh, good. Glad you enjoyed it.
That was great, mate. That was really.
Can tell you kind of enjoyed writing it. I think. Can tell
Really?
you probably had a good time writing it.
Yeah. I didn't see what you said at the start, like unrealized ideas. I didn't know that didn't come across at
the
all.
original thing was like the whole, just like 20 pages of the musical stuff, but it just became too difficult to like actually write songs, and so, and then I wanted to spend probably a bit more time with the cabinet, so just a couple of little one-liners from there, whereas I kind of like the idea of them sat at the table discussing stuff, but no, I think it came together all right in the end though.
I see. I'm half thinking like, yeah, I should probably like carry on the story, but half going like, just write the play.
Yeah, exactly.
In my head, I've just got like the musical Planet of the Apes and The Simpsons. It's that kind of vibe.
Yeah, Troy McClure, like, I hate every ape I see.
I love you, Debonair. Yeah, it's really good.
That was loads of fun, mate. That was really enjoyable. Like really nice sort of like build up to it as well, like a steady build up for like everyone sort of like merging and sort of like coming to a certain point.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before about it sort of being a bit weird to have like a linear story within these weird sort of hopping between different times. That was kind of
it's mad. I don't know if this is just me or whether you guys get this as well, but I kind of come away from when we finished reading one. It was the same last week, 2 weeks ago when we did Luke's Stop. I like really enjoy reading it. I know I've come away having a good time. Couldn't tell you what had just happened. Couldn't tell you like the plot of what we just read in any way. It's insane.
I know. I'm like that as well.
Really good fun.
It's really quite simple, Adam. It's
let me rattle it.
Deviant.
I think we struck gold realistically. Like we inadvertently like stumbled forward and struck gold with the idea that we could have like multiple strand of story going. So like we don't have to like follow the same thing. We can just jump from one to the other. Because I think like if you are doing like a sprawling saga and it's all focused on like one like continual story, you could just like it's nice to have that break in between of like another scene happening somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I think that and then like that was a really like well written, mate. I really enjoyed that. That was really nice.
Yeah, it was great.
The important thing that we all need to take from it was, is Mossad still with us?
We dropped back
Mossad, ask us a benign question, please.
He has to be
Xbox fan. The Xbox fan, clearly.
Yeah, pissed him off straight away there.
I love the way you've leaned into Clint Eastwood for Clyde.
Oh
yeah.
I was right. I know
I barely open my mouth when I read him now. It's just like too.
What are you fucking doing, you piece of shit?
I was so grateful to get a second chance at that because like I was like he was just another Ramon at one point. I'm pretty sure I just read him exactly like Ramon.
When doing the paradox stuff and you were whispering to Ted that you were borderline like the Clint Eastwood, was like, did he pare that back a bit, mate, and save it for Clyde? But yeah, it leveled out.
Good.
I thought that was quite a coincidence that my answer to Massad's question was Patrick Stewart, and then I got to do Patrick Stewart.
What?
That's good.
You see, it's like we know how to introduce a Patrick Stewart cameo. Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
So anyone see where we are at this point? So basically, so the thing I struggle with is the timelines and the fact that like there's no butterfly effect going on. It's just kind of like people just bouncing between different realms of time. Like any sort of.
I've got like an idea, like I've got like a vague idea in the back of my head of like how I'm going to just really fuck with it.
Spoilers.
on the other hand,
don't give too much away. Don't give too
no,
much
I'm not.
away. You always do this.
I know, I do. But on the other hand, I fucking really want to do that play.
As a spin-off.
How hard realistically would it be if I gave you like a rhyming like scheme like bit of writing and like I just said make up your own tune? Would that be hard?
Well, that's what I want to do, but it's true to be beyond my skill level at this point.
Going to do. Like if you saw that written, you'd be able to sing that, right? I would make funny. I'm doing half the episode has to be the play. I'm sorry.
And then just like the deviation to.
And then like an explosion happens and everyone dies.
Pretty overt cliffhanger if you still there though. You got Clyde's got a knife to the Debonair.
Yeah.
There's guns on Dr. L. The muscle's dead, and Ellie, Ted, and Ramona just sat in an office in the Deviant timeline.
I was genuinely excited when like Dr. L and the Debonair came together.
Yeah.
I know.
It was like I literally thought this is like when Daenerys Targaryen met Tyrion for the first time. Right? That was fantastic.
Yeah, that's
the thing is fantastic.
I literally wrote it in order. That's the last thing I wrote, and it's like I just wish I had a bit more time to like an extra day just to polish that and have a bit more sort of back and forth with those two. But just
professional writers take a lot longer to write a script unless it's the writers of South Park, of course.
Yeah.
But you'd have a lot longer to slave over and storyboard a script and and you'd have a writers' room. You'd be a team of writers and not necessarily just you to kind of pick all the holes in it. And I'm sure if we did it that way, if we ever did it that way, we'd I don't know, polish a shit very nicely. But it's just a solo.
No, it's a fun exercise. I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the time pressure. I was so determined to get it done for today and to kind of keep this 2-week thing rolling. So, you got 2 weeks in the Iolo? We probably finish it tonight, there.
Yeah. No,
I was writing whilst I was reading.
Yeah. I'm on page 17.
Like jazz. I was like typing. Oh wait, delete. No, he covered that. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it because
this is like your first proper run at it, isn't it? As well, it's just like
I suppose. Like last time I introduced this fucking timey-wimey bullshit.
Yeah, we're still going.
And I feel like it is my charge to somewhat destroy it now. Not to destroy it. Like I'm not gonna like wreck the entire thing. I just want it to like be bumped in a different direction. Yeah, possibly. I mean, I love all the characters, so like I'm not gonna take away Dr. L. Like I'm not gonna take away like all those characters, but like I'm just gonna like nudge them in a different direction, maybe. Or maybe just do the play. I don't know. I might just do I just might be the aside guy.
It's going to be an absolutely like feature-length episode next time out, is it? It's just gonna be,
no. I'm gonna fucking limit myself. I can't do that to you guys. I'm gonna limit it.
120 pages.
Phil did 30.
Read fast.
It's in 2 parts. Part 1 is the play. Part 2 is the continuation.
No, I can't do that to you guys. I have to be succinct with it. I'm going to try my best to do 20 to 30, no more. I'll literally stop myself.
30 is a lot for me, actually. So,
yeah, I'll just like stop myself and just carry on from there. What's the opinion? Just a quick one, like just whilst I'm just sort of thinking out loud right now. What is the opinion on like cutaways from the but suddenly? Is it my charge to address the when suddenly? Is the question.
It's a good question. But I mean, it needs addressing at some point, doesn't it? The fact that
100%. So because like I can start. It is me starting my episode with a cutaway to somewhere else, like defeating the purpose of the entire thing.
I don't know. Actually, that's a good question.
No, I thought when the suddenly bit at the end was just a vehicle to continue the story. Really, it was just a.
It's interesting because it can't be, but suddenly things progress as they look like they're going to progress. So it's like there's got to be some sort of twist within that scene, I guess.
I thought it was part of the game. Was like how do you answer?
Yeah,
you know, like because you could put someone in a really like tight spot as like a like part of the game, you know. Like that, you know, like he's got a knife to his throat, so like that's going to have to be resolved one way or the other. But like Adam did, just kind of like, got around it, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You can easily kind of come up with ways of doing it. So like when suddenly a white flash and then we're in space, and it's like.
Yeah.
So cool. I think ultimately it's up to, there's no conditions, is it? It's up to whoever's writing it.
It's more loosey goosey in it. I'm definitely gonna like carry on with that because I've got Dr. L and Debonair in a room. I'm gonna fucking milk it for all it's worth.
It's gonna be a really
That'll be
intense,
perfect.
like gritty man-on-man sort of interrogation scene between the two characters.
We've got essentially got like a Mexican standoff at the minute.
I know, yeah.
They've both got threats on them, so it's how they resolve that. But I'd be like, well, you know, there's lean into the play or the musical as it is.
Yeah, just like maybe like I could have like kind of like Burge did with like, you know, like he interspersed each of his scenes with like the fable. I'll intersperse each of my scenes with the play that just is carrying on going in the midst of this chaos. I'm speaking too much now. I should shut up.
No, that's good. That's good. It's the process of the ideas.
Yeah.
Good crack.
I'm gonna have to get going.
Yeah, no,
that's fair. All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, should we call it a day on the stream now then?
Yeah, we'll call it
a
day on the stream. Bye, stream.
Cheers,
Toodles.
Mustard.